When you talk about cars as much as I talk about cars, I'm sure as much as you talk about cars, because we talk about cars all the time, I'm always asked the same question. And that question is, what is your favorite car? And it is such a loaded question because favorite car can take on so many meanings. Most of the time I answer my next one, right? We're always looking for the next car. But really, what is your favorite car? So you have to define favorite. I usually am like, well, what do you mean by favorite? There's the favorite car that I've ever owned. There's the car that the neighbor down the street had when I was little that I thought was amazing, that I want. I've always wanted it, never got my hands on one. There's the first car I ever bought with my own money. That might be my favorite car. I'm like, what is your favorite car? If I was to ask you straight up, what is your favorite car emotionally? What is your favorite car? See, that's a totally different topic. Now, if you ask me what is my favorite car based on what is the best car ever made, that's different. If I'm going emotional, I'm going to go some weird cars. A Subaru SVX, the Alfa Romeo, there's, oh my gosh, the Stelvio. That's one of my favorite cars ever. I loved owning that car. I liked the smart car, the Smart for 2. I thought it was cool. Don't tell anybody. Some of the Thunderbirds, those Thunderbird Super Coupes, man, those mid-90 ones, I love those. They're not super attractive, and people are like, what? But I love those cars, right? There's some different cars out there. But if you were to ask me, what is the best car? Well, there's some great cars out there. Bugatti, the Zonda is a great car, right? There's some great cars that have been made. But at the end of the day, the greatest car ever made was the McLaren F1. You can talk about stats, we could talk about numbers. I could pull it all up right here, you know, we could go through the whole thing. We could talk about it. We could talk about, was it Gordon Murray and the team he put together, but from a pure car standpoint, a car that was built decades before things became standard or even before even people tried doing stuff, the McLaren F1 is the true car, the true sports car in every single way, from being able to drive in the middle of this car so that you feel like you're in a race car, but still take 2 people with you. I mean, come on. There are so many things about it. The way it was built, the way it was designed, most importantly, the philosophy behind building the best car. It was not limited by how cars are built today. It was not limited by really analysis and accountants and all of these things that make cars become sort of what they were dreamed up to be. But that wasn't true for the McLaren F1. That car was built with a passion and a vision for building the best car, and they did it. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But please, in the comments, tell me what car is the best car based upon the best car, not based upon our emotions of what we love, right? The Lamborghini Countach, I love that car. Have you ever driven a Lamborghini Countach? Say you shouldn't meet your heroes, right? I have not driven the McLaren F1, but to still say it is my favorite car because it is the best car, that doesn't change that. It is still the best car. So let me know, what's your favorite car? Emotionally, favorite car, and then what car do you think is just absolutely the best car ever made?